Hello, um, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. I'm a psychic medium. Um, if you have stumbled upon this and you've never seen me before, hi, hello, welcome. Or if you've seen my work and you're familiar with what I do, hello again. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I wanted to sit down with my YouTube with the video, and sit here and record and talk about my experiences with my development, with spirit, with everything, along my journey so far as a medium, as a psychic medium. How that happened, how I figured that out, how I discovered that, everything and anything I can think of. So I did post a video, I think it was last week, not too long ago. So I thought, well, I had a few moments free this morning, so I thought, why not sit down and here we go, talk about a little bit more about my journey. And so I actually want to take it back to the beginning, as a child, actually. So for me, I've always sensed and felt the presence of energy and spirit from a young age. I kind of sensed and knew. Do you ever have those moments where you're in a room by yourself, but you feel like you're not alone? It's that kind of a feeling. I always had that as a child. Or when you're standing somewhere, you're in a room or in a place by yourself, but you feel like you're almost being watched, or you just feel the presence of something, even though you look around and there's nothing there. It was that kind of a feeling as a child. I always kind of sensed and felt I'm never really quite alone. So, losing my mother at a young age, which I've talked about on lives, on Facebook lives and things like that. People that have watched and followed me and know the story about that. But losing mum at a young age, for me, really was one of the things that really kind of got me interested in all things spirituality in the afterlife. So, but from a young age, I always sensed and felt the presence of something. I never really felt like I was alone. And there'd be times when I'd know things, I don't know how I knew it. I couldn't really articulate or understand how I knew. I just seemed to know things. So there was a lot of that happening as I was a child, but I didn't really realize what was really going on. I didn't really understand, being so young. So I always sensed and felt the presence of energy around me as a young child. And so, but I didn't really start really diving into what that really was till my early 20s, really. I always liked going out and getting readings from, I'd go out and get a psychic reading or a reading from a medium. I'd like to do that. I used to do that at least once a year. I'd like to go out and look for a medium or a psychic and go get myself a reading. I'd make a point to do it at least once a year. And I'd love to do that. I'd love to go out and do that. And I'd go to some, those psychic fairs, like the Mind, Body, Spirit festivals that we have here in Australia. I'd go out and get myself a reading, and I'd love to do that. I always felt so fascinated and so excited by that. So I'd go out and see the medium, and I'd go see so many mediums, some of the more well-known mediums that travel and tour and stuff, like John Edward and Lisa Williams. I've seen them. I've been to a lot of their events, and I love that stuff. I've always loved it. I've always felt so fascinated and intrigued and interested by what they do and how they do what they do, and all that sort of jazz. So I'd go out and do that a lot. I found myself on YouTube, I'd browse and watch so many different YouTube videos about mediums and psychics, and I'd watch other mediums on YouTube do little demonstrations and things like that, like John Holland, James Van Prague, all of them, you know, even lesser known ones, and everything and anything in between that I could get my hands on. You know, I'd buy a whole bunch of books as well and read books. So I've got books in one of my spare rooms that I've bought over the years, and I'd sit there and read them, and so I was so drawn and fascinated by you know, the spirit world and all that sort of jazz. So I did a lot of that, you know, growing up. But like, yeah, it wasn't until my early 20s, it wasn't until once I moved out of home that I really began to really start embarking on the journey of, okay, so what is psychic mediumship? How does it work? Am I a medium? Am I a psychic? Because I went through, you know, a lot of periods where I was like, am I, aren't I, am I, aren't I, am I making it up, or am I the real deal? I always said to myself, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it with honesty, with integrity, with truth, with love. I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not. I always said that whatever I do not want to do something that, you know, I'm not passionate about. I don't want to be something that I'm not. I don't want to portray to be something I'm not. I always said that. I'm very passionate about that. And so whatever I do, it's got to come from a good place, and it does. I truly believe my mediumship, my psychic stuff, this sort of stuff, for me it does. It comes from a true, genuine place in my heart, in my soul. I do genuinely love and enjoy what I do. I love communicating with spirit. I love being the bridge, you know, so to speak, between spirit and people. I love being the messenger. I really enjoy doing that. And for me that comes with responsibility as well. For me that comes with a lot of responsibility. I don't take that lightly. I don't. I do understand that, you know, when people come to get a reading, you know, and they're wanting to connect with their loved ones, I understand the seriousness of that. You know, I don't take that lightly. I treat it with respect. I believe it should be treated with respect and dignity, because it should be, and I really do believe that. So I try to do the best that I can, you know, when it comes to my readings. You know, I'll be honest, there are some times where I do readings where I feel like, yes, I smashed that reading, I did so well, I did so great. And sometimes I walk away from a reading thinking, gee, I don't feel like I did as well as what I probably could have. But I'm really hard on myself. I really am hard on myself, you know. I always, when I finish a reading, I always kind of reflect on and look back on it. I'll sit and have some quiet time and I'll reflect on the reading. And I'm hard on myself. I'll pick it apart and I'll criticize myself. I am a little too hard on myself, but I do analyze it, and, you know, I try and think of, okay, where can I go better? What can I do next time? How did I go? I almost like sit down and I score myself almost, you know. I'll go through it and pick it apart, and I'm trying not to do that so much now, but I do tend to analyze it a bit. So what can I say? I'm passionate about what I do. I genuinely enjoy and love what I do. So, you know, every once a week, at least once a week, I do like to jump on Facebook and do lives. As many of you that follow me know, I do most Facebook lives. I do readings and whatever I'm inspired or guided to do. And when I do those readings on Facebook Live, which I do enjoy and do love to do, and I do, when I do that, that's me giving of my time and my energy doing that. It's not, obviously it's not paid, I'm not asking for anything. That's me giving of my time and my effort and my energy, you know, me working together with my spirit team and with spirit together, us as a team, because it's not a one-man show. This is not a one-man show. It's me working with my team, my angels and my spirit guides and spirit, like I said, and we come together. It's a coming together to make the reading happen, you know. But those are my time where I like to give back to people, where I like to pass on those messages and pass on those whatever whatever I'm guided to. I mean, it's, you know, the reading isn't about me. It's about, you know, the sitter, the people watching, or whatever spirit. I'm bringing those two elements together. But with regards to readings, you know, like I said, it's not a one-man show or one-woman show. It isn't. there are three elements to a reading. There's the sitter, or the person getting the reading. There's the medium, and there's the non-physical spirit. And all three of those elements must come together in order to make a reading possible, in order to make a reading happen. You know, three of those elements come together to make the reading happen. It's not down to the medium and only the medium to do all the heavy lifting and all the work. It's not all up to spirit to do all the heavy lifting and all the work. You know, the sitter, the person receiving the reading, you have to play your part as well in the reading. You know, it's not just a matter of just sitting there. Honestly, it's not. It's not just a matter of going to a reading, even if it's on a Facebook Live or whether it's one-on-one or in a group scenario. It's not just a matter of just sitting there. Honestly, I mean, yes, you sit there and you observe and you watch and you listen, but it's paying attention, really paying attention to what's going on, to what's being said, to what you feel as well. It's really, really, really playing your part and paying attention as to what's going on and listening for what the medium is saying, because that information just may be the thing that you need to hear and that your guides or your angels or your loved ones on the other side are trying, you know, to convey to you. So I believe all three of those elements have to come together in order to make any kind of a reading work. So yeah, that's what I believe anyway. That's kind of my belief on it all. So anyway, I'll wrap it up and I'll leave it there for now. I like to keep these kind of relatively short and sweet, because if you go too long on these things, people don't pay attention and they get bored and they switch off. So I'll try and keep it relatively short, little bite-sized pieces. So, well, thank you so much for listening. If you have listened and watched, thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate it. I'll post a link to my Facebook page, Spiritual Connections, down below, where you can reach me and watch my lives and, you know, follow me there. I'd love to have you follow me and like me. Subscribe to the YouTube if you're that way inclined. And my website details, I'll post a link to my website as well, where you can book a reading with me if you like. So yeah, thank you very much, love and light, and I'll see you next time on YouTube or Facebook. Bye.